sports media. Today, we're speaking about Caitlin Clark. Time magazine recently named Clark the Athlete of the Year, and Caitlin didn't just make waves on the court. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video, and leave us a comment below telling us what impact you think Clark has on women's basketball moving forward. And of course, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. Now let's jump into it.
And then Lexi Hull finds her. Fever back within 4.
One can say that Caitlin Clark is having herself one of the best years in basketball history. In February, she set the NCAA Division I women's scoring record. Shortly after she walked out of college, she ended up leaving the all-time leading scorer, breaking yet another record held by Pistol Pete Maravich. The game between Iowa and South Carolina drew almost 19 million viewers. This was the second most women's watched sporting event outside of the US Olympics. Additionally, her game drew more viewers than the 2024 NBA Finals and the World Series. As a pro athlete, she stood unparalleled, walking in as a first-team All-WNBA performer, averaging almost 20 points and 10 assists her rookie season, finishing top 4 in MVP, and breaking almost 60-plus records this season. If you're talking about the Caitlin Clark effect, the WNBA grew 48% more than they did in previous seasons. Clark was asked about this and she labeled it historic. Caitlin had this to say regarding her historic year. I've never been able to captivate so many people that have watched women's sports, let alone women's basketball, and turn them into fans. The fact that she's been able to do this, she's been drawing comparisons to Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Lionel Messi, but even they had people who laid the groundwork for them. Jordan had Magic and Bird, Messi had Maradona and Pelé, and LeBron obviously had Michael Jordan. But when it comes to women's basketball, unless you want to add in a Diana Taurasi maybe, or even a Candace Parker, Lisa Leslie, there has never been somebody with this type of fanfare ever entering the WNBA. As a game changer in women's basketball, she stands alone, and she literally has the argument of being the single most important person that the WNBA has ever had play in their league. But some of my favorite things about this is that she, in this article from Time magazine, it showed her fiery nature. For example, when she was quipping at a fan who said that, oh, you're not big time, but then she chirped at him and said, but you're following me through a terminal at an airport. She even spoke about being left off the Olympic roster and being disappointed. And it says this: the news unpredictably was unpleasant. The Olympic roster was about to leak and Clark wasn't on it. USA basketball officials hopped on a call with Clark and they were like, yeah, we haven't selected you. Obviously, we think the world of you and how you play and blah, blah, blah. And just quotes like that tells you who she is as a competitor. She wants to win in everything she does, and I don't blame her, and especially having that type of resentment being left off. This article from Time magazine really humanized Caitlin. Even coaches in the past, such as Jan Jensen, who watched her play in middle school and said, oh, this is going to be a talent. When she saw her do a step back three, or even when Lisa Bluter had to coach her about her body language and being upset with her teammates for not catching her passes. This article was really interesting to read because it just really showed a different side about Caitlin. It talked about her parents and what they did in their careers. It talked about her picking between Notre Dame and Iowa and obviously having a Catholic upbringing. She also spoke about her love for country music and just the fact that she missed out on concerts. I believe there was this one concert that she had to miss out on because she was playing against the Chicago Sky the previous day. So the night of that concert, she didn't go because one, obviously she wanted to rest up for the game, and two, but she thought it would be a bad look if she was out with her teammates while they were losing and they weren't getting the job done. So it just talks about where her priorities really lie. I mean, the fact that she sacrificed in order to have these things, and the result was her team got in the playoffs. That she spoke about how so many people are invested in women's basketball and what that means for the growth of the sport. This piece, it just really humanized Caitlin. It showed who she was outside of basketball, which a lot of people don't get to see, especially as those that are just spectating. And it was a good read. It was a good read to say. Very interesting comments, quotes. Let me know in the chat what y'all think about this.